Welcome to the channel. Today, I will be recapping a movie called Creeper. The film revolves around a gruesome crime of torture where three girls attempt to frame a middle-aged man but find themselves trapped in a horrifying situation deep in the jungle. The movie highlights the consequences of engaging in seductive online chatting. The movie begins with a scene featuring a girl locked inside a cage. When she awakens, she screams loudly, but there is no one around to hear her. Suddenly, a person from a distance pulls the cage's rope, submerging her into the water. The girl desperately fights for her life. The story then shifts back a year, unveiling the identity of the person responsible for her situation. We are introduced to two best friends named Kelly and Maria, who possess a manipulative and malicious nature. They are aware that boys can be easily swayed by girls and would go to great lengths for their attention. Exploiting this knowledge, they play with the emotions of several boys. One of their schemes involves creating a fake identity on a stranger chatting site to ensnare a guy and lure him into committing something highly inappropriate. Both Kelly and Maria access the site on their phones and engage in conversation with a married man who surprisingly responds to their advances. Kelly remarks to Maria about the foolishness of these guys, who readily trust and are willing to do anything for girls. Maria shares her own experiences, revealing that these boys have caused significant distress to numerous girls. Consequently, she desires revenge against them. Kelly proposes a different approach, piquing Maria's curiosity. Maria inquires about Kelly's suggestion, and she proposes trapping a guy and making him engage in a reprehensible act that would inflict torment upon him. Fascinated by the idea, Kelly expresses her enthusiasm and mentions discussing it with her roommate. But before we continue with the story, I request you to please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Now, let's return to the narrative. One night, Kelly's roommate logs into the adult website and encounters a guy named Jerry. She initiates a conversation with him, realizing that Jerry is willing to do anything for her. Excitedly, she shares the news with her friends, and together they plot to ensnare Jerry. Jerry amuses them with his humorous remarks. Once their friend request is accepted, the girls ask Jerry to activate his camera. Upon seeing Jerry on the camera, they discover that he is a middle-aged man with limited capabilities. Curious about what he can do for them, they request him to perform certain tasks using his body, which brings them immense pleasure. Now, Jerry turns the tables and asks the girls what they can do for him. In response, the three girls remove their tops. Jerry is delighted by the sight and expresses his readiness for the next task. The following day, Maria visits Kelly's house. Kelly shares exciting news with her about finding a guy the previous night who is willing to comply with their every request. Eagerly, both of them grab their laptops and connect with Jerry, who is currently live. As soon as they activate their cameras, Jerry's face lights up with joy upon seeing them. Curious, he inquires about the whereabouts of the other two girls, to which Kelly explains that they are still asleep. Subsequently, Maria and Kelly assign Jerry a task that involves subjecting himself to electric shocks. Jerry, without hesitation, does that. The intense pain he experiences amuses the girls. Encouraged by this, they then instruct Jerry to dress up as a girl, oblivious to the fact that they are secretly recording these activities to later exploit and circulate online. For several days, these girls engage in conversations with Jerry, continually assigning him various tasks. On one occasion, they even coerce him into getting a chest piercing, causing Jerry considerable pain, which he endures for their entertainment. Eventually, driven by their perception of Jerry as a foolish person and their belief that it was all a mere prank, they decide to kill him. They command Jerry to strike himself with a belt, and without hesitation, he complies. The girls derive immense pleasure from this disturbing act. Later that night, they finalize their plan to visit Jerry's residence the next day, where they intend to subject him to ruthless bullying and ultimately eliminate him. The following day, they embark on their journey, while simultaneously inviting Jerry to a specific location for a meet-up. Jerry retrieves his laptop and connects with them on the website as instructed. During their conversation, he revealed that someone sent him a bottle of wine that morning, which Jerry proudly displays to them. Kelly urges him to consume it, and without suspicion, Jerry starts drinking. In reality, these individuals spiked Jerry's drink with the intention of intoxicating him and making him more vulnerable to harm. Consequently, Jerry begins experiencing a sense of unease, and it is at this moment that Kelly and Maria initiate an assault on him. They ruthlessly beat him and forcefully bring him down, tightening their grip around his neck. They proceed to secure a rope around his throat, immobilizing him and causing him to choke. Upon returning to their home, the two girls contact the police, falsely reporting that a man named Jerry had committed suicide during a video call. They put on a facade of distress, pretending to have no involvement in the incident. However, when the police officer dispatches a team to Jerry's residence, they inform him that no one matching Jerry's description is found there. This revelation deeply shocks the girls as they come to the realization that Jerry is still alive, leaving them in extreme worry since they know Jerry won't let them escape if he's breathing. Furthermore, they had circulated all of his videos, subjecting Jerry to mockery and ridicule by the public. Subsequently, Jerry's doctor makes a statement to a reporter, revealing that Jerry is not a decent individual, rather, he is a dangerous person capable of causing harm to others. A few days later, we witness a disturbing scene where a creeper breaks into a girl's house. As the girl proceeds to take a shower, Jerry ambushes her, launching an attack and ultimately kidnapping her. As the girl opens her eyes, she discovers herself confined within a cage. This scene mirrors the opening of the movie, where Jerry embarked on a quest for revenge against the girls. Jerry attempts to submerge her in water, but the girl successfully frees herself and progresses onward. Along the way, she encounters a cloth bearing the words "my friend," leading her to suspect Jerry's involvement since he consistently referred to her as such. Continuing her journey, she encounters a signboard pointing towards the jungle. There, she finds her friend bound to a tree, evoking a sense of horror and suggesting her friend's possible demise due to the blood covering her body. Yet, the girl's relief resurfaces as her friend regains consciousness, proving she is alive. Assisting her escape, the girl discovers that the blood does not belong to her friend but rather to someone else. The girl elucidates that Jerry seeks revenge against them for their ill treatment. They proceed together to the designated spot where Jerry had left a water bottle for them. As they begin to drink, an unpleasant odor alerts them to the realization that the liquid is not water but urine. Undeterred, they persist in following the directions, which eventually lead them to a box. Cautious about its contents, they initially hesitate to open it but gather the courage to do so. Inside, they come face to face with the severed head of Kelly, a sight that deeply unsettles them. Suddenly, Kelly regains consciousness, and they comprehend that Jerry had orchestrated this for revenge. Both girls provide assistance, pulling Kelly out of the hole while acknowledging that their actions have brought about these harrowing circumstances. Kelly's attention is drawn to a tablet near a tree. As she approaches it, Jerry cunningly activates a concealed bomb with a button, resulting in the tragic deaths of both girls. Witnessing this, she desperately tries to escape. However, Jerry relentlessly pursues her in a car. Just as he catches up, he unexpectedly hands Kelly the tablet, sparing her life. Unveiling his sinister intentions, he wants her to survive and bear witness to his vengeful rampage, executing everyone in front of her. Realizing that she may face the same fate as other girls, Kelly spots a traveler in close proximity. The traveler had been enjoying a vacation with his girlfriend. Despite her pleas for assistance, Kelly's desperate appeals fall on deaf ears, as the traveler dismisses her. In a chilling turn of events, Jerry emerges and ruthlessly strikes the traveler with an axe, claiming his life. Terrified by the scene, Kelly hurriedly seeks refuge in the traveler's car. Her hopes are dashed when she discovers the missing car key. Seizing the opportunity, Jerry reappears, holding a gun and demanding that Kelly enact a disturbing act of intimacy with a cactus. Kelly cleverly seizes the cactus and attacks Jerry. This provokes Jerry's fury, leading to her capture as he binds and drags her along. Eventually, they reach the traveler's girlfriend. She confronts Jerry, inquiring about his identity. Without uttering a word, he callously shoots her, extinguishing her life as well. Following this harrowing incident, Jerry endeavors to drown Kelly as a means of teaching her a lesson. Resourceful and undeterred, Kelly employs the tablet to reboot it, effectively disabling Jerry's signals and abruptly terminating the live stream. Enraged by this setback, Jerry realizes that Kelly is resolute in her determination to save her friend. At this point, we encounter Maria, whom Jerry had held captive. He lifts her up and forcefully submerges her head into a toilet bowl, fulfilling the task she had assigned him, reciprocating her own actions. Subsequently, Jerry secures Maria to a tree, subjecting her to a brutal beating with a belt. In a crucial moment, Kelly arrives and launches an attack on Jerry's neck with a knife, causing him to bleed and lose consciousness. Kelly swiftly liberates Maria, and together they make their escape from the harrowing scene. She sat inside her car, attempting to leave, but suddenly Jerry stands up and begins shooting at both of them. Both manage to escape with their lives. Jerry retreats to his camp to treat his wound, applying a tape to his neck to stop the bleeding. He then tries to restart the live stream, but encounters difficulties as it fails to initiate. Later on, Maria and Kelly decide to provoke Jerry once again. Maria approaches Jerry and confesses her affection for him, claiming that she orchestrated their previous actions based on Kelly's remarks. Jerry agrees with her, but as Kelly emerges from behind, she launches an attack on him. Together, they mercilessly beat him while Kelly berates him, proclaiming that he will always be a fool. Enraged by her words, Jerry retaliates by knocking them both unconscious. Upon regaining consciousness, Maria and Kelly find themselves bound and at Jerry's mercy. Jerry subjects them to electric shocks using a machine. He then hands the tablet to Kelly and instructs her to initiate the live stream, but she adamantly refuses. Jerry's anger intensifies, leading him to tie Maria to the back of his car, securing one end of the rope to a tree. He starts the car and drives forward, causing Maria's body to stretch. Just as this unfolds, the police arrive with the assistance of a helicopter, coming to the rescue of the girls. Upon hearing the helicopter's sound, Jerry heads in that direction, systematically killing each police officer one by one. Following this, Jerry demands that Kelly start the live stream. Reluctantly, she complies, and as he drives his car forward, Maria's body breaks apart. Now, only Kelly remains alive. Jerry proceeds to tie a rope around her neck and hangs her. With his revenge complete, the movie concludes. If you enjoyed the recap, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit bell icon.